Hello and welcome to the Flory Model Friday catch-up show. Here we are with you on Friday the 21st of February, ploughing our way through February. This year is going very quickly. Anyway, busy week this week. A couple of things going through. Obviously, we finished off the Ornithopter, did a nice base for it and everything else like that. Find out more about that in a moment. We had some nice reviews in this week. So we had the Type 82 Meng, so got that one coming up as well. Had a restock of Display from Karine, which is amazing because it was sent before she left. She came over here for a week and then went home, and it's only just arrived today. So well done, Royal Mail. We're doing very well with that one. Plus the fact loads of other goodies going on and a little bit of sorrow mixed in as well. Anyway, it all started on Monday with part 3 of the Ornithopter up. So this is the June one. And I must admit, I've really fallen in love with this one. So again, the colour, what colour do you do it? It's always a little bit of a problem when there isn't a real colour. So some mixing was involved. So I used the bottom down in here. We were mixing up some. You might remember on one of the live shows we did for the members a few weeks back, we did it live testing colours to just get in the ballpark where we thought it was. After a little bit of playing with a little bit of things like olive drab and khaki drab, things like that, we ended up with this particular one here that we thought looked pretty sort of accurate to what we want. All right, so with that down, we made up a mix of that one and then liberally sprayed it on. Quite a high air pressure because we want a little bit of texture on there. Obviously we had to do all the wings as well, so we got those all painted up, and with that on and dry, I was quite happy that we're in the ballpark for the right colors on this one. So then it was just a case of going through and starting the weathering process. Now, because we are obviously on a very sandy, dusty planet, we're thinking there's probably not a lot of watermarks on it and streaking like that, so it's just going to be wear and tear of wearing through where sand is being blown around, and it's that abrasive look to it. So the best way to achieve that is dry brushing, and you can wear through it. So using various colors and shades of oils, we made our way just dry brushing. So we went through with a base coat originally, a sort of like a buff color right the way through, just to knock it all back and give it some sort of distress, as you can see down on here. And then we sort of came in with a more grey look for doing the higher areas. So we didn't do everywhere, but all the high wear areas got it quite a bit. And this is that sort of scuffing and the abrasive look you can see on the edges, and more on the flat surfaces and that, where I'm thinking it would get it right the way through. So plenty of dry brushing on this one, right the way over it. Obviously I'm thinking that the gear is going to get quite a bit as well, just because of where it is and around the sort of engines and around where the actual wings are and things, because obviously they're going to get a lot of dust and grime and build up in those areas. With that one all done, we were very happy with it, and then we could make our way through. So again, plenty of dry brushing on this one. If you're into your dry brushing, you can go off and see about this one all the way now on here. But later on with this one, and obviously which you'll catch up with on Monday, is because obviously it's finished now, we're going to be looking at dry brushing again with metallics. So buffables, in my case, dark iron to wear through again, to sort of fully wear through, accentuate it, and all the rest of it. So that was on Monday. Bit sad on Tuesday, as a lot of you know, obviously we lost Allan recently. After being a long-term member with us for over 10 years, and he's got well over 100 full photo builds up on the site as well. And Allan was a fantastic modeler. He tackled a little bit of everything, and obviously sadly with his passing, in a lot of cases, what you do with his stash and everything else like that. So I know sort of family and friends had a little bit of it, and what was left over, his wife Sue kindly donated to us to auction off on our site. So we had a live auction and a tribute evening, really to dedicated to Allan, his work, his legacy, and what he's left behind for us, which is actually some incredible builds and things like that as well. So we were looking at his work, obviously his life, and obviously various pictures and that we put up of him as well. All right the way through, plus the fact all his stash, which obviously went to the membership, auctioned off to them, and a good percentage of it is going to go to charity, which Sue has picked out as well. We're going to talk about more of that one with the final auction, which could be this Tuesday coming. I've got to check with the boss, but I think we're probably going to do it this Tuesday coming. All right, so more details on that one very soon. But anyway, there is some lovely pictures down bottom here. Obviously the comments from you guys about it as well, from obviously remembering Allan in happier times as well, right the way through. So again, some really nice stuff down in there as well. Plus the fact he had a cracking man cave that he built himself. So anyway, that was up there on Tuesday. Wednesday, it's back to the grindstone and getting on with it all. So I started work on the actual base. for the for the base of the Ornithopter. I keep wanting to say something else, but I won't. Down on there. So we were looking at how I was going about that, the techniques to it, and all the rest of it. And then obviously for members, you had up as well the Meng review for that Type 82, which we'll look at a moment. But again, we were talking about the base down in here, how I was getting it to work and how it was all going together, so forth and so on, right the way through on here. And as you can see, that was the basic one on. And then we went on to the good old-fashioned Devon soil down in here. And not the horrible Torbay red stuff. This is more of the brownie stuff that we have around this area. So baked in the oven, 120 degrees for around about an hour. Make some great sort of, foliage and different bits and pieces you can do with it as well. All right, but for this one, we wanted a sort of textured sand and rocks and various things that we've made on our base down in here. Last night, it was the PM show, so the return of the PM show. Now, the PM show isn't actually on the Flory Models Facebook page. You're going to have to go over to the PM Models page for this particular one. But on here, you can see me and Matt discussing all the latest releases, and there's plenty of them out there. Some of them are fantastic. Some of them are not so good. We were talking about, obviously, some of the review stuff I've done and some of the future releases that are coming out soon. So the things like the Qatari 109 looks very nice. And obviously down in here, we've got the HE111, which we're looking forward to as well, the Border Models one. And then we've got the Meteor as well, so that was a really, really nice one to look at. And then Strike Master, what else we got down? We had loads of stuff as well. The P40 from Edard we were looking at, and then obviously the Andy's Hobby Headquarters, his fantastic, the M3, which I'm gonna have to build that, yeah, definitely, but I might wait for the quad version to come out. All right, Spitfires galore in 72nd, and so much more all the way through, including my personal favorite, the Land Rover Series 1, having owned one in the past. So anyway, that is all up on there now. Obviously, the links are down below. You can grab them right now. If not, just pop along into the actual vlog area on the site. So literally just pop along to vlogs on the Flory Models site, and it is right there. You can just click into there and you can go off and you can actually watch it. It is a free to watch video. All right. But if you're wondering where it is and it's not showing on the Flory site, that's because it's on our sister channel on the PM Models show. All right. So you can go off and have a look at it on there. Up with you today as well is that Kubel wagon as well. Again, everyone's done one, so Meng's decided to have a go as well. But theirs is very, very nice. Very nicely detailed right the way through. Clean, easy to follow instructions, as you can see, going right the way through on this one. Some nice details, including we get some rifles inside, jerry cans, spades and shovels and all the usual bits and pieces you'd expect with these ones. Some nice marking options, some nice decals, and again, good, clean, crisp moulding right the way throughout. Again, very, very nice indeed. So if you do want to have a look at this one, you can either, it is up on YouTube now, or you can pop over to the review section. That's up on here. So just pop into the reviews one and you can see all the latest reviews that we've done. There's literally hundreds in there now. So you can go off and have a look at those. Other news going on in the store now. Had a big restock, as I said, from Kareem. So we've got some new bits and pieces down in there. First of all, the flight stands. Obviously, I'm blown away by you guys wanting the flight stands. These are the in-flight stands. They're available in 3 sizes. So we got them as a small, medium, and a large. All right, down in here. We have had a little bit of trouble printing the small ones, to be honest. The little tiny clip bits, these bits here, they're a nightmare trying to print on the 3D printer because they keep falling over. Anyway, we think we fixed the problem now, and I've gone back into full manufacturing with them this week. All right. So as soon as we got a good stock up in there, then obviously they'll be winging their way out to you guys as well, that are on the wait list for them. And everybody who has already purchased them, they've all gone out today because I had about 6 or 7 orders left over because we were still trying to get these done. And at this point, I was literally doing 1 or 2 of these at a time. It was the only way I could get it to print. But say we have fixed that now, hopefully. So I'll get some printer going over the weekend, and then next week we'll get some more stocks out for you, having the stands in there. But thank you for all the feedback for you guys who've got them already, because they've gone down particularly well and you're saying you're loving them. We've got some great ideas for other things. So things for cars, things for armor, some other bits and pieces as well. So stay tuned to this. I want to get this one down packed and we know we're good to go with it first. And as soon as we're all happy with this one, then obviously we'll be releasing stuff in the very near future as well. Other things that have come back into stock, obviously we've got the scrapers in, the tweezers that were out of stock are back in stock as well. Plastic card we were getting very low on, so we've got good stocks of those all the way through. We've got the carving tape, all right, so again, if you're doing your rescribing and stuff, that's back in stock now, they're up in here. The circle cutters, they're back in stock because they went out of stock very quickly last time, and I have got through a few of these absolute monster choppers. All right, so they are in stock now as well. If you're on a wait list for these, you would have had an email. Grab them quick, because again, once the world finds out they're in stock again, they're going to fly out again. So again, we won't probably get another stock for another month. So if you want them, grab them as soon as you possibly can. Other things we got in stock as well is now the actual rod as well. So this is the rod that I've been using recently for the brass rods. Really nice sizes from 0.5. We've got a 1mm, 1.52, 2.5 and a 3mm. Fantastic bits and pieces for those ones. So if you want to get any of those ones, we've got them in stock there right now, and they are literally as cheap as chips. The other thing we've been asked for as well is these. It's the blades. So these are the replacement blades for the circle cutters. So I have got them in stock as well. So I've got 10 packs of those. So if you need anything, you know, we've got your back with all your spares and bits and pieces with these as well. All right. So we've got all of those down here in stock. And don't forget, if you want to get any of these ones, you can do as well. If you're in Europe, go direct to source, get them where I get them from. So we get them over at Brevaco Modelling, over with the lovely Kareen. You can literally just go, even though it's not in English at the moment, but obviously they've got all your various things down in here. I know Winkle is store, and they've got absolutely everything, far more than I carry. And obviously with the display range, they are the European importers for them. They've got the lot. They've got everything down in here. So it goes on forever. So I just carry a very small selection of it. But if you do want to get anything else, you can go direct to source. You get them from Brevaco. And then obviously, if you're in Europe and things like that, don't forget, Brevaco also stock the entire range of Flory Models products as well. So they've got all our washes, they've got all our holders and the various bits and pieces that we do as well. They will be having the in-flight stands as well, just as soon as we get this manufacturing problem just nailed down, and then they'll have all of those as well. Don't forget, full details are up on their site as well, and obviously it's in various languages if you want to see that one as well. PM Models as well, don't forget, we've got all your kits and various things going on in there. The F35 that we spoke about, obviously, on the show on Thursday, that is in here as well. Plus, the fact all the latest releases and restock items coming down in here on our little specials area. And then don't forget, we've got your actual specials going through. Again, these are the items that are going to be when it's gone, it's gone. So if you want to grab any of these, grab them right now. And last up, we've had a full restock of obviously lots of the various things. We spoke about them on the Thursday show. You can go back and see that one. Loads of restock of tools, paints, pens, glues, thinners. It's all come back into stock as well now, because obviously we're a little bit low because we were having trouble with suppliers. All right. But again, if you pop over to the actual pmmodelsuk.com site, they can get you in the right thing. And don't forget, we've also got over, just to get rid of old useless old stock and things like that and old end of line stuff, we've got the PM Models eBay page. So if you want to have a look at that one, you can do. Just go in PM Models UK and you'll find it. And again, if you go over to the pmmodelsuk.com page, you can just hit the link at the top here and that'll take you straight over to there as well if you're having trouble finding it. All right, so lots of things going on down in there. And then that basically gets us to this. So it's finished. It is done. This is the Harkonnen one with the actual 8 wings on it. And again, it's not the gunship version. It's the normal version. You can do it in flight. You can do it on the ground. It is an absolute great kit. The final part of this is a double episode. So it's a 1-hour episode is up with you as well. So that will complete that part 4. So we can get on with some more great builds next week when we get going on the Marauder. So I wanted to get this one finished and out of the way. It is all done now. So over the weekend and that, I can make a start on the Marauder and we can get going on that one for the following week. So yeah, lots to see and do on that one. And I have to say, this is an absolutely fantastic kit and I could build these kits all day long. And now the actual harvester's out. So watch this space. Force perspective, have a harvester down below. We'd need more gravel, I think, for that one and more sand to make that look better. But if you do want to see all about this one, obviously members, it'll be up with you on Monday afternoon. Let's say it's a double header, so it's a 1-hour final part to this one, showing you basically finishing off the actual model itself and then doing all the base in one part as well. So there's lots of things on the base. You know, obviously it's different textures down in there. Then we've airbrushed it all, so it's all been painted, and then we've used washes on this one, airbrushed oils onto it, and then with dry brushing as well, just to make all the details pop. And it's turned out very, very nicely, I think. So yes, happy with all of that. Anyway, that's about it from me. Don't forget, this weekend, though, if you are in Belgium and you're going to the Mini Wheels show, Kareen will be there with Display. So if you need any Display bits, go over and see that one. Please go and say hello to Kareen as well. She'd love to say I sent you, and she'll give you a free sticker and some sweets knowing her. So it'd be lovely to see you at the show as well. Anyway, that's about it from me. As always on a Friday, I'm going to leave you with your great work from the gallery. So until next week, everybody, happy modelling. Take care.
I'm wasted. My heart grows heavy. Don't taste me rushing and keep your words naked. You got me blushing, and you forever I'll follow. You'll be my holy ground. You forever I'll follow. Through a ghost town.